Hey guys, Voo from Next Turn Lethal here,
And this is Nate.
bringing you guys a video here today with Red-Green Zeon against Blue-White Academy Unicorn. Both players bring in an interesting list here today, with Red-Green playing a more mid-range but aggressive variant.
And the blue-white player is focusing on Academy, a lot of Academy units with a pretty much full Unicorn package. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game plays out here.
Alright, both players are choosing to take a mulligan for the game here, choosing to find a better curve in hand, with Blue-White going first for this game.
Yeah, I don't think the blue-white player really wants to be going first. I don't think he even has anything to do turn one going first, so I imagine it's going to be a draw pass. Yep.
Alright, already on level 2, the red-green player will play out that Zaku 2 on attack, the unit gaining +2 AP for the turn.
Looks like blue-white is tapping for Choo-Choo's Demi-Trainer. This is a pretty cool unit. It's 3-1, and it draws one, trashes one on attack, which is nice.
Alright, red-green choosing to send that attack into the EX base, cracking it immediately, proceeding to play out 2 Drosy sleeves, continuing the aggression for his turn.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a nightmare start here for the blue-white player. There's not much he can do here. He's probably going to have to trade this Choo-Choo's Demi-Trainer into that Zaku just to kind of protect his life total a little bit here. Otherwise, I mean, there's 3 swings coming into him next turn. So, yep, he's swinging with his Choo-Choos. I imagine it's going to the Zaku. Yep, he's going to draw one, and then he's going to trash one with the effect. Deciding what to throw away. He throws away a Show of Resolve. And now he's kind of deciding what he wants to do. It looks like he has a Michaelis in there he could play, but I think he's going to play this base. These 1/1s are going to have a hard time getting through this base without a pilot or something like that. So he plays in a Heal Argama, doesn't really do anything with the effect, the rest doesn't matter, and then the red-green player takes his turn.
Alright, immediately drawing into that Char Zaku 2, which is a direct link unit to that Char pilot there. The player will most likely play out that Char Zaku and link into the Char just to crack that base there.
Yeah, I mean, you probably can't ask for much better of a draw if you're the red-green player here. I mean, he's going to get to take this base out in one shot and then immediately take 2 more here with these Drosy sleeves. I mean, yeah, this bad start for the white-blue player is just kind of getting worse. But he hits a base in his life. That's pretty good. He drew a striker pack, though, off of it. That is pretty unfortunate. I mean, the striker pack's not bad in hand, but you'd really like to make that 3/3 blocker off the burst effect. So he looks like he draws for turn. I mean, there's a lot of things he could do here. I think I saw a Suletta pilot. I'm going to imagine that's going to go on some unit in his hand. It looks like that Gundam Ferract is probably not a bad play here. He really needs to start clearing board. This Zaku 2 cannot be allowed to stay on the board. It looks like he's trying to figure out what to tap. He's tapping 3. Playing that Ferract, yep, and playing that Suletta. I think that's the right choice. This Ferract is pretty good in this matchup. If it's linked on attack, you actually get to choose a unit on the opponent's board to get -2 AP. So it helps your trades a little bit. So he's going to do it to the Zaku, and then he's going to take, should be taking 2 here. I think that's a mistake. He put 3 down. But yeah, he should be taking 2 there. And then the red-green player makes the Char Zaku 2 token off the effect of the Char Zaku 2 that just was destroyed.
Alright, with his main unit taken out, but replaced thanks to the destroyed effect of the Char Zaku 2, the player is thinking about how to crack that base with the units in hand. With only 4 cards in hand, he is deciding his best course of action there, choosing to replace the EX base with the Vesalius just to dig in for a further unit, grabbing a Gelgoog from life. That is a potential link unit for Char there.
Yeah, I mean, that Vesalius is a pretty nice addition to this deck, I feel like. With the Vesalius, originally, I mean, you have to do 5 damage to this base to get rid of it, right? He only has 5 on board. But with that Vesalius, he can give one of his units +1 AP. So it looks like he's going to give it to that Zaku 2. So the Zaku 2 is actually doing 4 now. So he sends it into the base, takes the 4, and then the next Drosy sleeves can actually finish off that base, and then the next one after that can actually get in and pressure the life. So the base is going to get destroyed, and then he's going to take another shield. aerial, nothing good off that.
Unfortunately, no base in life, so there is a potential for that blue-white player to get aggroed out of the game next turn if he doesn't find any defensive cards next turn.
Yeah, I mean, 4 units on board to 1 for the blue-white is really tough. He's going to have to find a way to clear this board and probably get a base into play if he wants to be playing this game next turn. So he's restanding all his resources. I mean, this is a tough one. He doesn't have a base in hand currently. It looks like he has that unicorn Banisher link, but I mean, that's only going to, with what he's got on board, that's only going to clear 2 units. And right now he only has 1 life, so he's still dead. So this might come down to a, one of those moments where you got to kind of hope there's something good in your life. I mean, we know he plays Striker Pack. That could potentially get him there. Obviously he has bases in his deck. He could hit a base, but I think he needs to at least clear board here to have a chance. Looks like he's really thinking about it. Looks like they're talking. He's not quite sure what to play. He keeps checking his trash.
Yeah,
I think
with that large hand size, that Suletta restand could allow him to play a bit more than one usually would. Choosing to play that unicorn just to get the effect from that Suletta restand, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. You want to get maximum value from your cards in hand. Trying to decide where this is going to go. I imagine it's into the Zaku. Yep. Then he gives it the -2 here. So he's only going to take 1 damage from that interaction. And then he's going to restand that resource. Playing 1 for the Banisher. Oh, and he draws the 1 cost base off the Banisher link. I mean, that's probably the best draw he could have had in his deck here for the situation. So he trades the unicorn into the Drossy sleeves, and then he plays the base. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I imagine it's going to be a pass after that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good board clear, or not exactly a board clear, but just trimming that board down just a bit to make sure he survives that turn there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what the red-green player is going to do here. I mean, he can get rid of that base if he wants to. I mean, he's got some units in hand to play down, and if the blue-white player doesn't have a response next turn, I mean, again, he's going to be dead on board. So I think if you're the red-green player, I think you just pressure this base, ignore the units. I don't think they're doing too much, and go from there.
Yeah, you want this game closed out as soon as possible. With the units on board, he can clear it out, giving +1 AP into the Rick Dom through Vesalius, and potentially swinging into either the base or a unit. In my personal preference, it would be that base just to threaten lethal the turn after, but it seems like he does get a valuable trade here, trading the 1 unit into a link pair.
Yeah, and I think the blue-white player is trying to decide here if he wants to use the Unicorn Mode's effect to recycle the pilot. Looks like he's going to do that. I think he's going to trash looks like it's a Gundam Aerial to put that Banisher links back into his hand. So now he passes priority back over. I imagine this Drossy Sleeves kind of has a interesting choice to make here. I mean, there's not much he can do. He's not really destroying the base as a vanilla unit, and he's also not trading that Ferract. Okay, so he puts the full frontal on there.
Interesting choice to pair up that full frontal into a 3-4 with the Drossy Sleeves, continuing to play out that Gelgoog. Hoping to clear out that base, it seems, with the Drossy Sleeves pair.
Yeah, I think putting that full frontal on there kind of signifies that he wants to go after this base here. I mean, again, he's forcing his opponent to have a response. I think this is what you got to do when you're playing this red-green Zeon deck. I mean, you got to be aggressive, right? You're going to be low on cards at this point in the game, and if your opponent can stabilize, I mean, it's hard to come back from it. So it looks like he's trying to decide where he wants this swing to go. Like I said, I imagine it's going to go in the base now. He's got the perfect number now after the pilot attach. Okay, he's swinging. Yep, into the base. I think that makes sense.
Clearing that base just to make that blue player respond with another base the following turn, or else that will be game.
Yeah, I mean, then he plays his Zaku too. I mean, yeah, like this blue player is going to need a lot this turn to effectively not lose immediately. I mean, we know he has that Corsica base in his hand. I think that's going to have to be played. Otherwise, he is cooked. So I think this Ferract is most likely going to swing into this Drossy Sleeves here. But I think he should play something first. He's not going to get the Suleta effect if he swings currently. So he puts the swing in there. Oh, nope. He realizes that, yeah, you know, I need to play something first before I can restand a resource. So he's going to play Striker Pack. He could make two different types of blockers here. I imagine he makes the 2-4 just because I think this red-green player plays close combat. So if he has close combat in hand and he makes the 4-2 blocker, I mean, it just loses on the spot. Yep, he's going to make the 2-4. I think that makes sense. And then now I think we're going to see that Ferrax swing into the Draw C sleeves. Yep. Okay. Takes 1 damage after the -2 AP from the Gundam Ferrax effect. I think I'd imagine the Corsica base is coming in. Yep, he looks like he's about to rest 3 here.
Yeah, with that base, I believe you do make Oz Talgi's token as well with a fairly good stat line. This is the turn where blue-white will stabilize and try to take the game over from here. With that 4-3 stat line as well as the Michaelis being played out, we do have some very well statted units potentially going in for the trade and shield the following turn after.
Yeah, I mean, blue-white is super wide right now. He's got that 4-2 Tall Geese token. He's got the 3-3 Michaelis. I mean, the Gundam Ferrax is still in play. He has the Launcher Strike. I mean, it's going to be a lot here. Ooh, the red-green player does have the Char Aznavour pilot in hand, so he can attach to this Gelgoog here and just go high maneuver and take that base out immediately. And then he can force the block with the Zaku right afterwards.
Although the Zaku is going to be at a merely 3 AP going into that trade, but with the Vesalius he can get to that +1 threshold, allowing for an even trade between the 2 units there.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what he has to do here. I mean, there is an argument to be made where you could try to, keep that Char in hand and hope you draw a link pair in the following turns, but I think you really got to force this blue player to have it. I mean, he's going to have no blocker potentially and no base after this turn. So, a Char's Gelgoog off the top will win the game. There's a lot of ways to get out of this. And he still has that Big Zam in play, right?
Choosing to swing that Zaku 2 first. Oh, it seems like he will take it back due to the uneven thresholds. I believe, as you were saying earlier, the sequence, or the better sequence, is that Char Link swing into the base with high maneuver and threatening an attack with no safety net behind him.
Yeah, I mean, if you go high maneuver first, KO that base, I mean, you're going to force this blue-white player to take this block. So he's going to give it another +1 AP to that Zaku, so he's going to be swinging 4 for game, and then he's going to have to take that block, so they're going to trade those units. And then it's the red-green player. I mean, he has Big Zam in hand, but he does not have nearly enough units to use the effect. Not that it would do anything anyway right now, but I think he's probably just going to hold on to it. Doesn't look like he wants to play it, but he's thinking about it.
I think an argument could be made that you could play it right now, not get value off the effect, but just to establish another body on board to continue for the last swing. I think as an aggressive deck, that is the better option. But if you're playing against a more blocker-heavy deck, the on-deploy value of the Big Zam is not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, and the blue-white player just made another unit blocker with the Striker Pack. So, I mean, this holding on to this Big Zam could pay off here in the end to get around. It looks like he's going to the blue-white player is going to trade Gundam Ferrax into the Gelgoog. I think that makes sense. And I think now you got to really start pressuring the life here as the blue-white player. I mean, there's a lot of draws off the top of this deck here that lose you the game if you're the blue-white player. So you really got to end this game in 2 turns. I mean, we know he has that Banisher in hand. Does he have a Unicorn? It looks like he does. I imagine this Unicorn is going to get played and then get sent into that base pretty quickly.
Yeah, Banage going onto the Unicorn, drawing one with that when linked effect. That will be a direct threat into that base there, and with 3 swings going into shield, that will threaten lethal for the red-green player next turn.
Yeah, and nothing good off of life. I mean, that's probably the best thing you could hope to see if you're blue-white here. I mean, he needs something pretty good off the top. I don't think that Zaku 2 is going to do it here. How many units does he have in trash? 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, Wow, I think he's at 9 units in trash.
Wow, just barely enough there for the big Zam.
Oh, that's really tough. I mean, this Big Zam is going to be played this turn, I imagine, but is not going to be able to get the effect. In case you don't know, Big Zam needs 10 or more Zeon units in the trash in order to destroy all blockers under a certain threshold, and he only has 9. It's just really unfortunate here for the red-green player.
What's actually nice is I think that the Big Zam is also Neo Zeon units,
Yep.
so you can be more flexible on that package there.
Yep. So it looks like he passes. I mean, I imagine the blue-white player is going to go for game here. I think otherwise it's going to be tough. He's wasting all his resources. Yep. I mean, he's swinging with his blocker. I mean, he's going for game right here. Okay, there's nothing there. Swinging the Michaelis. Nothing again.
Maybe one last space. Unfortunately, no base, and that will be the swing into life for game.
Wow, that was a really, really close game there.
Very back and forth game with the red-green definitely starting off the aggression, but blue-white being able to stabilize at the end and ultimately secure the game through that.